Over 20 years ago, Al Pacino starred in a movie called Scent of a Woman. Pacino plays a retired Army officer who, to put it mildly, is tired of life. He was passed over for promotion and was blinded through an accident caused when he was juggling grenades, probably when he was intoxicated. The story concerns a Thanksgiving weekend trip he takes to New York with the assistance of a senior from a nearby prep school, played by a very young Chris O'Donnell. Pacino's character plans to party hardy in New York and then commit suicide. There's a lot about the philosophy behind the movie that one might find objectionable. However, there is a bit of dialogue that bears repeating. Pacino tries to get this beautiful young woman to dance the tango with him. She wants to, but she says she doesn't really know how to tango. Pacino assures her that it's an easy dance to do. He says you can't do wrong doing a tango, because if you get tangled up, you just tango on. It's a great line that O'Donnell uses later in the movie when he tries to get Pacino to get on with his life in a more productive way. "So you got tangled up," the boy yells at him. "Just tango on." Today we mark the beginning of the public ministry of the Lord with the baptism by John. The baptism concludes with an epiphany, a revelation that Jesus is indeed God's Son. In the Church of Jesus, our church, will adopt the symbolism of baptism in a sense that this marks our initiation into the Christian life, and we are expected to do our best to be a disciple, a follower of the Lord. But sometimes we get tangled up. We make a wrong choice. We go off in the wrong direction. We are anything but Christian in what we have done or may still be doing. The philosophy that Pacino talks about with the tango is quite consistent with the Christian way about thinking about life. Who among us hasn't got ourselves tangled up every now and then? The great thing about God is that he simply urges us to tango on. We are welcome to try again to live out our baptismal commitment. That marks the beginning, our initiation into the church. Now that may seem obvious to you, and if it is, count your blessings. For many, it is a lesson learned only after much pain and sorrow, if it's ever learned at all. We have to understand that there is nothing that can separate us from the love of God. If we get tangled up in our own web of selfishness or sin, there's always the possibility of moving beyond. Forgiveness can be ours for the asking, and the Lord is just waiting for us to continue the dance.